Hello everyone, my name is Matthew, and I'm back again. I'm sorry I broke my promise from about one video ago, but I spent so much time doing this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, it's two theories, and theory number one, now these will be Five Nights at Freddy's theories. Now, with the recent release of Sister Location, there are a couple things a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of questions I want to do, and a lot of questions I want to answer. So, I have two theories, and I'm going to explain them right now. So, the first thing I'm going to answer is the fact that it's possible Funtime Foxy could actually be Mangle. Why am I talking about this? It's possible Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location might actually take place before Five Nights at Freddy's 2. How do I know? Well, in Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, in the scooper ending, and warning, spoiler alert, when we go into the scooper room, Freddy's broken, Ballora's broken, Foxy's broken, it's only Baby that wants to get out. The rest of them have just been, little puppets. And then, Foxy's broken, Freddy's broken, Ballora's broken. The only two animatronics that aren't broken are, Ballora and, no, not Ballora, I'm saying Baby and anyways, they then hit you with the scooper wands around the chest area, and then after that they supposedly put on the guard clothing, and then they walk out of the building and attempt to escape. Now, I'm guessing what happens at this point is that then what they do is that they actually, find out that Baby and Ennard aren't actually humans, and then they retrace the location, the police, and then they go back down into wherever Baby and Ennard work. I kind of forgot the name of it. And then they find the broken animatronics. So, yeah, and another thing is that before all of you start saying, wait, there's no way Mangle is actually Funtime Foxy. They obviously just took Foxy and repainted it and rebuilt it. Well, to that I say, play Five Nights at Freddy's 2 with Bird Foxy's in it. So, anyways, basically then the owners of Five Nights at owners of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza around the time of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, they purchase some of the broken animatronic parts, and then they make Then they make, Foxy, Toy Foxy. However, you're probably wondering, then why is it in shackles in Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Well, in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the children were so scared of it, they actually ripped it to pieces every single time they saw the robot. And the guards got so tired of having to rebuild it that they actually made it an attraction where you have to try to dismember the animatronic as much as you can. Next order of business. Probably the biggest thing I'm about to do right now. I'm about to possibly debunk MattPat. Okay, now what if I were to tell you, and I'm going to tell you this right now, it's crazy. What I'm about to tell you is crazy. Now, as we all know, William Afton is the purple guy. I said spoiler alert. In Five Nights at Freddy's, The Silver Eyes, the book Scott Cawthon released, we find out William Afton is the purple guy. And in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, the final chapter, we find out that purple guy owns Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, or Fredbear's Family Diner, and he has a wife, a daughter, and 2 sons. Now, a lot of people have been asking, why did the guy in Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location go there in the first place? Well, there's a theory that apparently that the main character may be the guards. Now, the reason a lot of people think this is because in the ending, in the good ending, the animatronic or whatever it is opens its eyes and it's purple. Now, before everyone starts saying, "Oh, purple guy, purple guy, purple guy," you're wrong, okay? You see, Ballora has, kind of purplish eyes, and the scooper, it destroyed them. So, yeah, that might be the reason why in the ending, purple eyes. Now, why would William be down? Now, here's the next thing I'm about to tell you. Now, in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, we find out that there's a little girl. In the minigames, you can find a little girl. She's playing with a Springtrap toy. She has green eyes, slightly, like blondish hair, and she likes to wear a dress. In Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, in the baby minigame, we can see a similar girl. Now, if you play the minigame just right and do a bunch of complicated things, you get a special ending in which Baby finds an ice cream, gives it to this little girl, and then the little girl walks up, and then Baby gets out a big scooper and puts her inside her. Baby, basically eats the girl. How can we confirm this? Well, in Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, you can find these blueprints, and in these blueprints you can see, the ins and outs of the animatronics, and you can actually see little children, if you look very closely, just stuffed inside these robots, which I actually find kind of cool, the way Scott's referencing a theory, from Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, 4, yada, 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 yeah. So, what I'm trying to say here is that since William Afton is the owner of Fredbear's Family Diner, aka Freddy Fazbear's, basically when he tried to open a Baby's place, Baby killed his daughter. The place got shut down, so now William is going into the establishment. He's trying to find his daughter. He's trying to communicate with Baby, but as we all know, in the scooper ending, William gets hit around the neck or the chest area from the scooper, and then they steal his guard clothing, and then they get out of the building, only to be caught by the police, apparently. Now, there's another question. How on earth could William Afton die in Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location if he died in Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Now, here's the thing. In every single Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, there's a hidden back room. In one of these back rooms, there was 2 hidden animatronics. There was a broken Fredbear and a broken Springtrap. Now, in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, we find out shortly after the establishment's closing, we find out William, was just locking the place up when the spirits of the children he had killed were actually chasing him. So then, in fear, he jumps inside the Springtrap suit, and then, the spring locks up, it kills him, he dies. But then there's the crazy question. If Five Nights at Freddy's 3 takes place in 2017, chronologically, I've done my research, and Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location takes all the way back in the 1980s, then what's going on? Well, in Five Nights at Freddy's, The Silver Eyes, we find out that William suffered a bunch of scars, after some nasty incident with some mechanical machinery, he ended up getting a bunch of nasty scars around his chest area. Big scars, that could only be caused by, a blade or something. Now, remember what I said earlier about the fact the scooper, if you look carefully, it hits him in around the neck or the chest area? In the book, it specifically states that he has scarrings around here, here, and here, around his jaw, neck, and chest. Now, my theory is, and wait for it, he survived getting killed by the claw machine. Now, here's what I think happened. And this is a big one. After Baby and Ennard took care of William, they took his clothing, and then they sneaked out of the building, only to be caught by the police, and then the police retraced their steps back to Baby's place, and then they found William, took him to the hospital, stitched him up as much as he could, and then when Five Nights at Freddy's 2 happened, he then, tried to start a new leaf, but then the insanity of not finding his daughter actually led him to kill a couple children. So then, what he'd end up doing is that then the ghosts of the children and possibly his daughter start haunting him, and then he jumps inside a Springtrap suit in the back room in terror, and then the Springtrap suit kills him because in, little secret screens we can see if Five Nights at Freddy's free, like the locks are going, up through his jaw and into his mouth, and then up through the skull, and then like we can see they're even going through his bone, and if you look carefully inside the Springtrap suit, it's the skeleton, like you can see the wee springs are like going through the bone, like there's nothing left of William. It's basically a skeleton. Now obviously, before you say, oh well obviously William must have survived, he couldn't have. Apparently, what happened was that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 takes place in 1938. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 takes place in 2017. There is no way William Afton survived 34 years inside a Springtrap animatronic, inside the back room of an establishment, lying dead. It's impossible. No one can survive that long without food or water. His body must have decomposed, his skin must have gone away, and then when Five Nights at Freddy's 3 rolled in and Fazbear's Fight happened, he decided to get some payback. Now, this is only a theory, remember. This is not real. There is no possible way this could be true, but remember, this is a theory. I'm doing the best I can here, but yeah, I'm really excited to see what you guys think. Oh, yeah, and also, let's talk about what I'm on about here. In MattPat's theory, he says that apparently, William gets killed by the scooper and got injured by the spring locks. From what I just said, Sister Location takes place before FNAF 2. And the Springtrap suit only existed in FNAF 2 and 3. So, if you think about it, how did William survive the Springtrap suit? Because in the jump scares, we can clearly see, it's only his skeleton left. There's no way you could salvage someone's skeleton. It would just be the skeleton and some of the organs. You couldn't replace all that back in time. The person would already be dead. So, also, MattPat mentions that, William lifts up his shirt, you see all the scars. It never mentions what caused the scars. It doesn't. It doesn't mention what causes the scars. MattPat assumes it's the spring locks. Well, MattPat, I know you say it's only a game theory, but to me, you just got debunked. Whoa! But hey, remember, it's just a theory. Cue the music. A game theory. Of course, I can't do editing like that, but yeah, remember, this is only a theory, and yeah, also, currently, I'm working on a secret project. I cannot tell any of you what this secret project is, but I'm currently doing it with a couple friends right now, and yeah, I will not tell you about the project until I'm allowed current YouTube permission to, so I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!